How you guys doing? Hey guys, I just wanted to go live. We're gonna run a quick finish into the close here this Friday, and I wanted to go over my portfolio because I made a lot of changes recently. So we'll wait for a few more people to get here, and then we're gonna go for it. Okay, let's get into it. Let me see here. I've never been very good at this, but let's see. Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? So, a couple of things. I wanted to just kind of pull up the charts. We'll keep a eye on our closing bell here. We'll switch to the 1 minute because we're almost to the close. So wow, exciting day. If you guys have been following me on Facebook and Twitter, I went through and I bought a bunch of AMC today, both stocks and options. So I just wanted to pull this up here so we could kind of see this closing bit together. Let me see if I can pull this down a little bigger. There we go. Whew. It's let me check the comments here real fast while we watch this, and then I'm gonna, after the bell here, I'm gonna show you guys my entire portfolio. I want to give you guys a quick update on that. And somebody keeps buzzing me. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Whew. So let me check the comments here real fast. Hey, love you guys, love you all, man. You guys are awesome. Ooh, Friday closing price gonna be dead on. Yeah, $59.50. $59.50. It's coming. I'm telling you guys, $59.50. Let's see. No, we're not gonna hit 60. Well, we might hit exactly 60, but it won't be any higher. Not one penny higher. Let's see. Did I get some of the bullish puts sold? Yeah, I did, and then I actually rolled them over into new ones for next week. Took a 98% profit on those. What price did I buy AMC at? Just under 60. I think it was like 59.80 or 59.75, something like that. You know what? Here, let's see if we can... here we go. Filled. Well, I had a lot filled today, but let's see. Oops, nope, that was the call. I'll have to pull it up over here. Hang on. We'll get there. Let me show you what I did on AMC today. So today, looks like they were filled at $59.98 because I did a market order. I just wanted to buy them. So yeah, $59.98 is what I got them filled at. Oh yeah, I forgot that on Android the live chat kind of pops up on the left hand side of the screen, so I guess my face is covered up. Oh well. I'm not that great looking. You don't really need to see me. This is what's important right here. So we'll kind of switch back and forth with this live stream here, and what I want to do real fast is just go over a few other things. Oh, I bought some Ethereum today. So you guys know I had this really long, like, blue trend line on here. And let me turn off the EMAs. You'll see this better. There we go. So what I did is I saw it hit this, and I was like, ooh, buying opportunity. So yeah, I bought, I don't know, I sold my Bitcoin, I sold my Dogecoin, I bought ETH. So I'm pretty much all in on ETH at this point. And I'll show you guys that trade. Let's see. So let's see, can I do a time? There we go. So here I bought some more ETH here, about a little over, what is this? I bought $750 here, and then like 15 minutes later I bought another $1,200. So sold my Dogecoin, sold my Bitcoin, bought Ethereum. What else did I do today? I bought some Citigroup, and then okay, that's all. So that's pretty much what I did today. I just moved all my crypto into Ethereum, and then I bought some AMC. And let me show you guys what my AMC positions are right now. It's a little confusing, so I'll try to go through this. So first of all, we have a vertical spread. As you guys know, I had purchased a vertical spread or sold a vertical spread last week, and I ended up closing it out for like a 98% profit. And let me do this. Let me pull up my Twitter, and you guys can see that. By the way, I just changed my Twitter and Facebook links. They're now called @RealScottCurry. So @RealScottCurry. It's true with Facebook as well. If you go to Facebook, Real Scott Curry, you'll get the page as well. So Facebook.com, Real Scott Curry, Twitter.com, Real Scott Curry. I put everything I buy and sell real time within minutes of making the trade. So you can see all of the things that I got up here, where all the trades that I made today. They're all sitting right here. So if you guys want to know everything I'm buying and selling in real time, just follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And so for AMC, what I did is, where'd it go? Let's see. All right. Okay, so I sold, I sold the Wish. This was kind of cool. So what I did on Wish is I had bought the stock, and then the options were really expensive, so I sold a covered call. And the stock I bought was only up 0.22%, but the covered call expired worthless. Well, it expires tonight, but I sold it. And so net, I ended up making a 20% profit, even though the stock only went up 0.2%. And it's all because of that covered call. It just kind of shows you guys the power of selling covered calls. Okay, the other thing I did, I've got I placed a limit buy order on C for $66.50. That's still outstanding, has not filled yet. And the limit buy order on C, by the way, that is, if I pull this up, that puts C at the 200-day EMA. So the 200-day EMA is at $66.08. So I went for $66.50, and hopefully that fills either later tonight or Monday. We'll see. The RSI is way, way, way oversold right now, all the way down to 20. So I don't know. We might have bottomed out today, but just hoping to get lucky. And then this is the AMC put. So when you sell a put, that is a bullish thing to do. It means if you sell a put, it means that you expect the price to go up. So here's what's happening right now is I sold a put vertical spread. And I'm going to show you guys on the new one that I opened for next week kind of how this works. But basically, what I did is I sold a $49 put, and I got $322 for it. And then I bought a $47 put, and I paid $243.50 for that. And so the net of this was a $79 profit, assuming that these expire worthless. And of course they did expire worthless because AMC is about $59 right now. So the $47, $49 puts both expire worthless. And so what ends up happening is I end up with a net 98% profit. If I had let this expire worthless, it would have been a full 100% profit. But I wanted to free up that remaining dollar so that I could get some buying power. So that's kind of how that works. Froggy, thank you so much. I love you guys too. WebChap, thank you very much. Very nice to see you. Thank you very much. Okay, the other things I did today, let's see. Sold my Bitcoin, bought Ethereum. Sold my Dogecoin, bought Ethereum. Okay, I bought a June 25th $60 call on AMC. So let's go show you that. And that is this guy. Nope, that's this guy right here. So I bought a June 25th $60 call on AMC. I'm down 11% on it because I bought it right before the stupid, where was it? Yeah. Get out. Come on. And then let's go to the 5 minute. So I bought it like right here, and I thought we were going to bounce, and we didn't. So took a little bit of hit, but that's okay. So down about 12%, but really this expires next week, and I bought this for next week because what AMC has been doing over these past, well, a little while. Let me pull up the day chart. You're going to see this. So watch. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. See this big green candle Monday? Okay, let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Monday, big green candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a red candle, but look how much it opened higher, right? So for the last 3 Mondays, and then we go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, for the last 3 Mondays, we've had big gap ups, big rises on AMC. So the reason I bought the $60 call option for next week, it's actually a day trade for me, and I just plan on selling this Monday, hoping we get this big rise up on Monday. So that's kind of what's going on with that. And then, so my AMC holdings have been a little weird. I got into this really, really late, so I don't have a lot of shares. But I had originally bought 1 share just to kind of show solidarity for the movement. And then what I did is I thought I could make some profit. So I bought 19 more shares. And then I ended up selling 14 of those. So I had 5 shares remaining. It was 100% house money. And then today I just bought 10 more shares. And so net I'm still up about 8%. But I did buy the 10 more shares today at $59.95. So down a little bit on that. But again, I think this will go up on Monday and Tuesday. So that's my entire AMC holdings. And what I want to do right now, since we've got about 4 minutes left, I'm just going to pop up the AMC chart. We'll take a look at the 1 minutes, and we'll just keep our eye on this into the close. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see this action and watch how the market makers and the institutions keep this price at or below $60. And again, keep in mind that it's not just enough to keep the price at or below $60. They actually have to keep the price at or below $60 all the way through 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we should see this crazy action all the way until 8 p.m. Eastern time, well into the aftermarkets. Because if, say, the options theoretically, they don't theoretically expire until 8 p.m. So you can't trade the options anymore once 4 p.m. hits. So in about 3 minutes, you will no longer be able to trade options. But you can still exercise them all the way up until they expire at 8 p.m. Well, technically they expire at midnight. But you can exercise them really all the way till 8 p.m. So most brokers will only allow you to exercise like 30 minutes after close or an hour after close, depending upon who you have for a broker. But large institutions can exercise these whenever they want, all the way up till midnight, theoretically. If they're doing dark pool trading, you don't really need the markets to be open. You can do those anytime you want. So really, this price has to stay below $60 all the way till 8 p.m. And I think we're going to see that. We're getting a push up right now, but trust me, it ain't going to go above 60. Okay, let's see. AMC order just got filled. Congratulations, Sonny. Swinging AMC for a quick profit. Yeah, day trade. That's fine. I'm doing day trading, swing trading, long term. I'm doing it all. I'm all over AMC. Yeah, market is rebounding into the close. No doubt about it. This number is really, really tiny up here, but basically this is my portfolio number. When I did all that selling of the cryptos, unfortunately, the bid-ask spread is really, really wide on crypto, so I took a huge, huge hit when I sold those and bought the Ethereum. It was actually about $1,000 hit, but despite that $1,000 hit, I've already regained like about $400 just in these last few minutes. So I was at 15,400 before I did all that trading today. So got some hits from the bid-ask spreads, but it'll all get made up. Trust me. All right, we will keep our eye on this in the last 2 minutes. I'm not going to go off this screen. Any questions you guys have while we watch this, go ahead and post them in the comments. Love you guys so much. By the way, the video that I uploaded this morning, it only has 6,000 views. I thought it would get a little bit more. So please just go share that, guys. Let everybody know. It is 100% flat out proof of naked shorting or market manipulation. I actually tend to think it's more market manipulation. What I did after I made that video is I went back and I looked at the day-to-day buys and sells going all the way back through about October of last year. And it's really weird because the buys and sells were not that large. Like you would see some run-ups where they would end up short like maybe 20, 30 million shares. And then like a day, 2 days later, they would end up buying them back. So I didn't really see a whole lot. There's that big red candle. There we go. Yep, no shocks there. So I didn't really see a lot of things. Okay, now we have to give this about, so the markets are closed, but we still have to give this about 2 or 3 minutes for the final orders to come through. And so sometimes what you'll see happen is about a minute or 2 minutes later, you'll see the final candles sort of adjust a little bit because sometimes it just takes time through the internet for all the orders to kind of move through all the exchanges. So anyway, we'll give this a few more minutes and see where AMC kind of officially did. But right now it looks like it was right at $59. Not surprising. We'll see in the aftermarkets. It'll stay below 60. Okay, so so that video yesterday, it goes through the FINRA TRF trades, and basically what I found is that there wasn't a ton of dark pool naked shorting, and so it looks like that the dark pool action that we've seen over the last 20 days is by and large pretty confident it's just straight up market manipulation. Not all of it, of course, but a lot of it. And so I think it's just the same crap that we saw today, right? Where the price is above 60 and the market makers use failures to deliver. They don't use the dark pools. But the short sellers, the hedge funds, they got to get the price below 60. They've got to get their options, their put options back in the money, their call options back out of the money. So they're pushing the price down right at the end of the day. When did it all start? Like, I'm 2 hours behind. So this is, what was this, 2:30. So in the last hour and a half, we just saw this sudden drop out of nowhere, right? Now, it's not completely unusual to get a huge sudden drop on stocks right at the end of the day on a Friday, because a lot of day traders don't want to hold over the weekend, and so they'll end up selling shares. But still, this is probably a combination of day traders not wanting to hold through the weekend, as well as short sellers and market makers and all that just pushing this price down. But nonetheless, pretty much right where we said, 59.50. And there we are after hours, same thing. So let me check the comments real fast, and then I want to go through the rest of my portfolio for you guys. So yeah, AMC next week. Man, it's really hard to do any sort of price predictions on AMC. This stock is just volatile. But the one thing that we have seen, turn off the EMAs, it don't matter. The one thing that we have seen is that this upward trend right here is really holding strong. And so if we go, let's see, this is Friday, so this would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Friday, it puts us at $66. So if this trend line holds, we should close at or above $66 on Friday. So my guess would be $10 higher, $69 close on Friday. That's going to be my guess. $69 close next week. I'm going to guess a push up on Monday or Tuesday up into about $75 intraday. I think we'll max out at $75 intraday. I definitely think we'll hit the 62 high at a minimum. So the $62, $63 high, 75, somewhere there intraday, and then closing the week out at around $69. I think there'll be a ton of $70 calls that expire right just out of the money. So that would be my price prediction for next week. Okay, so let's go into the rest of my portfolio, and then we're going to end it so I can go spend some time with my kiddos. All right, so the next thing I have in my portfolio right now is BEEM. This is Beam Global, and I've just been holding this for quite a long time, down about 16% on it, but that's not going anywhere. BNGO, I am up 25% on. I did sell a $13 covered call, and that is going to expire worthless, so that gives me another $56. So up 25% on the stock, up 98%, or it'll be 100% on the option. So up about 31% overall. And then what I'll do with this is will sell another covered call on Monday on BNGO. And I may not do it exactly Monday, because the thing is, options tend to be options are going to be very high priced after a stock has a major price movement. So what I want to do is show you this. So here's BNGO. And I sold that covered call, I think it was like here or here, somewhere in here. And I sold the $13 covered call. Well, after we had these 3 big run-up days, what that does is it causes the implied volatility on the options to go sky high. When you've run flat for a while, the implied volatility is really low, and so the options are worth a lot less money. So when you're selling options, you want to sell options after a big price movement, and because that's when they're the most expensive and you can make money off of the implied volatility dropping. When you are buying options, you want to buy them after a stock has run flat for a while, because that's when the implied volatility is low and the options are cheapest. So just a little trick there on options. Okay, the next thing we are going to show, oh yeah, I promised you guys I'd show you that AMC spread, kind of how that works. So when you're in Webull and you're looking at options, I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see a graph. When you're in Webull, you're looking at options. Let me do this one to show you guys what I did. If you go to vertical spread, what the vertical spread is going to do is essentially it will cause you to buy an option at one price and then sell the option at the higher price. So let's take this guy for example, right? Let's say we did a $55, $56. It just is an example. We would sell this for $6.54, and then we would buy this one for $5.86. Now the difference between those two prices is, if we do it, $6.54 minus $5.86. It's 68 cents. Now with options, you gotta multiply everything times 100. So, because options are based off upon 100 shares. So it's a $68 max profit. If AMC closes at or above this $56 level, you'll make $68. Now your max loss is the difference of $1 times 100 shares, $100. And so the reason is, let's say AMC closes, I don't know, at $50, right? What ends up happening is you sold this guy at $56, you bought this guy at $55. So if these would end up getting exercised, and then when they get exercised, essentially what you would end up doing is you would end up buying shares at $55 and selling shares at $56. So you would take a $1 loss per share times 100 shares, $100 loss. So altogether, your max loss would be $100. Your max profit would be, what did I say, $68. So if I do that, if I go and put up this vertical spread, and then we said 55, 56, and then I'm going to pull up the graph, and again, we're going to sell the option. Oops, put this back to 1. Okay, so here's the $68 profit, max profit I told you guys about. But the max loss is only $32. Why? Here's why. So if these end up exercising, you have your $100 loss, right? Because you have to buy at 55, sell at 56. So you have a $100 loss. But you already received $68 for selling this contract. So if we add 68, your actual net loss is only 32, right? Which we see right here. And so when you do a vertical spread like this, the $55, $56 vertical spread, it has a break-even price of $55.32. And so if AMC were to close next Friday at or above $55.32, you would make money. And then if AMC closes at or above $56, you make a max profit of $68. If AMC closes at or below $55.33, you lose money. And if AMC closes at or below $55, you have a max loss of $32. So by doing this vertical spread, it's a bullish play. Even though you're selling a put option, it's a bullish play because you're expecting the price of AMC to go up. And you lose money if the price of AMC goes down. But notice this. By doing this, you could make $68 if AMC closes at or above $55.32. And you only lose $32 if it closes below that. So you're risking $32 to make $68. To me, that's a no-brainer. And that's what I love about vertical spreads. So that's kind of how that works. And that's why I've got a vertical spread on AMC. Okay, let's keep going through the rest of my portfolio and make sure I didn't miss any more super chats. Nope. Okay, let's keep going. And so, yeah, see this market, this last like 4-minute sell-off we had in the markets overall. So forget AMC for a second. The entire market sold off in the last 4 minutes. This is all the day traders not wanting to hold through the weekend. You always see this on a Friday, this big sell-off in the last 5 minutes of trading. So that's kind of what that was. Okay, let's go back over to my account. Talked about Beam, talked about BNGO. Okay, Citigroup. I've been slowly buying more of this. Gosh, I was up 10% on this at one point. And then what ended up happening on Citigroup, let me close this real fast. Delete, goodbye. Okay, so what ended up happening on Citigroup is last week they came out and they released some news basically saying that their costs were going to be a lot higher this quarter than they were originally expecting. Okay, fine. One quarter. What does Citigroup do? Absolutely tanks, down like 15%. I mean, look at this thing. It's a 20 on the RSI. This is extremely, extremely oversold. It's a huge, huge, huge overreaction. And so I completely expect AMC to bounce and go back up from here. It's going to be a great long-term stock. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen, but the forward PE ratio is 7.51. 7.51. The average PE ratio for banking stocks is 13.5. And so if you do 13.5 minus 7.51, that's that. You divide that by 7.51. That's a 79% upside on Citigroup. 79%. And we multiply that by the current share price. That means that, oops, my bad. Rebind. Forgot to add a 1. Hold on. It's going to be 5.99 divided by 7.51. Okay, times, oops, plus, come on, plus 1. Gosh dang it. Do it one more time. The beauty of live videos here, you get to see all my fat fingers. Plus 1, there we go, times 67.59. So this basically means that theoretically, if AMC gets back up to the normal banking PE ratio of 13.5, then you have a share price of $121.50 12 months from now. 80% profit in 12 months. I'm going to take it, guys. I will take it. So that's why I've been buying AMC. I'm sorry, C. I've been buying C. Okay. CHPT, ChargePoint. Man, I love ChargePoint as really just a long-term play here. Let me pull up for a second TIPRANKS. And by the way, if you guys want to get access to TIPRANKS, I have a link for it in the description of the video. This is an amazing site that can show you a ton of information, such as the average analyst price targets and just all kinds of stuff. So, okay, somebody came out 90 days ago with a $39 price target. Prior to that was 46. But whatever it is, it's a buy, right? This is a great stock. I think it's going to go up over the next year. I completely feel like, where to go? Come back, see. I completely feel like we should be able to get, gosh dang it. All right, charge point, CHPT. There we go. So I really feel like we should be able to get to $45 within 12 months. Easy, right? And so I have a $25 call on this. If we get to 45, it'll be worth $20. So this should be, you know, a really, really nice, it'll be at $2,000, be about 100% return for me, double my money. Okay, next up, CLNE. This is another one I bought them up 18% on stock, sold a covered call. That's going to expire worthless, so I'll make max profit on that. So I'm up 18% on the stock, 26% overall. Again, the power of covered calls. Any more super chats? Nope, not yet. Okay, so then we have CPSH. CPSH, I am up about 14% on this. Again, I sold a covered call, made money on that. Net, I'm up 15%. So up 14% on the stock, up 15% overall. And by the way, all of these, the BNGO expires today, the CLNE expires today, CPSH expires today. So for all of these, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be selling more covered calls on next week once we get a huge run up in the price one day. I don't know what day, but whatever day we get a huge run up in the price, the implied volatility go up, options will get expensive, and that's when I will sell my covered calls. So I'll be patient to make sure I can maximize profits on that. So then let's go down to, okay, CTRM, Castro Maritime. I've only got 10 shares in this account, but I've got a lot more shares in my long-term hold portfolio over in SoFi and some in my TD Ameritrade accounts as well. By the way, everything that's in my SoFi and TD, well, SoFi is different because that's long-term, but everything that's in my TD Ameritrade accounts are just like more of what I've got in Webull. So it's not like you're missing out on any of my holdings. Okay, DKNG, I have a $50 call on this that expires in August. The thing about DKNG, if I pull this up, so of course I bought the covered call when I started to see the run up, and I was like, oh, we're going to go up, and then it was like, nope, trick you. Oh well, it happens. Can't make money in every stock. But that's why I did the August one and not the June one or the July one, because I wanted to give this time to actually, you know, go back up. So I've got 2 months for this DKNG to play out, and I've got $50 on that. So we're only $2 away. And let's see, down about 90. So what about this? For about 480. So my break even would be 50 plus 480, $54.80 is my break even on that. And I'm pretty sure DKNG can do that in the next 2 months. Rob, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much also for supporting me, Rob. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you, Rob, for the super chat. Next up is ERX. This is my energy ETF. I was up a lot more on this. I sold the Gush one. I'm just kind of keeping this as a hedge. Don't really believe in it or anything. I just feel like I need a hedge. Ethereum, we talked about that already. I sold my Bitcoin and Dogecoin, bought Ethereum because of that price. I already covered that. LAZR, yeah, this is a long-term hold. LAZR is one that, let me show you how I found LAZR. So in the description of this video, I've got a bunch of resources, and actually I'll just show you where those resources are. If you go to if you go to scottcurry.me, scottcurry.me/resources, I have a whole bunch of like free resources in here, and one of them is this free stock screener on Finviz. So Finviz, if you go over to screener, and then you go over to ownership, get rid of the ads. And then on ownership, you click on float short and you click it twice, this will give you the top short interest on stocks. And at the time that I bought the LAZR, it was the number one ticker on here. Now, keep in mind that these numbers only get updated once every 2 weeks. Okay, so if we look at fintel.io, I would have to find it, but basically the SEC reports short interest once every 2 weeks, and they do a delay. So on the 15th of the month, we get the short interest through the end of the prior month, and then on the 30th of the month, we get the short interest through the 15th of the prior month. So on June 15th, about 3 days ago, we got these numbers, and then this will all get updated again on June 30th. We should get the numbers, or maybe it'll be July 1st. We should get the numbers for going through June 15th. So just keep in mind, you're always going to be delayed about, 2 to 4 weeks on these numbers. But it can give you some insight. So we can see, like, at least up until about 18 days ago, Workhorse, CTRM, CLOB, a lot of these stocks were highly, highly shorted. Okay. Let's keep going. Where was I over here? Okay. So that's why I had bought the LAZR, because I was hoping for a short squeeze. Fortunately, it did not quite happen, but that's okay. It's a long-term hold. Got a $30 call on that. And if we look at LAZR, I bought it, whatever it was, somewhere down here or something. So it's gone up. It's struggling a little bit. No short squeeze yet, but I've got good hopes for it. I like the company. Hopefully we can get this up to, I don't know, maybe that $35, $40 range. But hey, I've got the rest of this year. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I've got 20 months for this to play out. Nice long-term hold. It'll get there. Okay, MS Morgan Stanley. Gosh, I was up 20% on this at one point. It dropped too. Banking stocks in general have dropped. But the thing about banking stocks is these are going to go back up as soon as we get interest rates starting to go up. So, yeah, give us another month. As high inflation continues to hit, as interest rates continue to hit. Look, the Fed is trying to very slowly draw us into this understanding that, inflation is kind of here to stay. It's not transitory. It's not temporary. They're very slowly drawing us into this concept of they're going to have to raise interest rates. It's all a game. We all knew this was coming. But the Fed can't just come out and do it because they're going to panic the markets. We're going to have a major, major sell-off. So they have to do it very slowly. So that's kind of what's happening right now. Melissa, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate you. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much, Melissa. Okay, let's see. So all of our hedges, our C, our MS, our E, our X, I just got to give this time to kind of turn around once the Fed does start raising interest rates. Okay, NNOX. You guys know I love NNOX. This is a long-term hold for me. It will remain a long-term hold for me. And they already got, I got to show this to you guys. If you don't know about NNOX, basically what NNOX is doing is they are developing a brand new X-ray technology. It's digital. It's actually, the technology is 100 years old, but they could never get it working because they didn't have the computer systems or the technology basically to make it happen. But NNOX has now figured out a way to get this old technology into X-rays using digital, and as a result, the X-rays are significantly clearer than anything we've ever had before, and they're also significantly cheaper than current X-ray machines. Now the problem is they're doing this in 2 stages. They have a single image X-ray patent and a multi-image X-ray patent. The single image is just kind of like a stepping stone. It doesn't really mean anything. It's more like a proof of concept. The multi-image is where we're really at. Multi-image is what we are waiting for. So what's going to happen on multi-image is once they get FDA clearance for the multi-image, then they're going to be able to sell it. Then the stock is just going to take off. We see this is the day that they got their single image approval, and the thing hit a high of, what was it at the high? $64. It was all the way up to $94 just on hype that they were going to get this approval. We got $64 in the actual approval, and then short sellers pushed it back down. So this is just one of the stocks that is heavily shorted, but a great long-term hold. Okay, let me check some super chats. Stockmonger. Okay, AMC is the tip of the iceberg. All YouTube high growth stocks are being naked shorted. FCEL, NNDM, CCIB, etc. Yes, Stockmonger, you are absolutely correct. AMC is the tip of the iceberg. I have seen other ridiculous things. I told you guys actually in a video a few weeks ago how CLOV had 0 shares available to short, or 0 shares available to borrow, and then the next day the short interest went up. How can short interest increase when there's no shares available to borrow? Like, it's so ridiculous. The numbers are out there. You just got to search and find it. But Stockmonger, you're absolutely correct. It is the tip of the iceberg. Okay, Luke, thank you so much for the super chat. Luke says, I know it's not stocks, but wondering what your thoughts, expectations are for ADA Cardano by the end of this year. Okay, Luke, let's talk about that. And what I'm going to do is... all right, let me pull back. I'm going to grab my ledger, my hardware wallet, so I can show you guys what I got in ADA. If I can reach. Hang on. Ugh. Where is it? Okay. So give me some minutes here. I'm going to plug in my hardware wallet, and I'll show you guys what I got on ADA. And while I do that, basically when it comes to ADA, I am definitely long-term bullish on this. I have more money in ADA than I have in any other crypto. I am absolutely long-term bullish on ADA. So the cool news... Oops, messed that up. How do I go back? Okay. Invalid pin. Gosh dang it. Come on. I'm going to stop talking when I focus so I can enter this right. Got it. Okay. Sorry, it's an 8-digit pin. It's kind of hard. Okay. The next thing I want to do is pull up the Cardano. Cardano, there you are. Unlock. All right, give me a minute. I'm pulling up my Cardano. I'll pull this over for you guys so you can see it. Access denied. Nah. Okay, hold on. We'll try that one more time. Unlock. Go. Waiting for commands. If a prompt appears, click connect. Come on, unlock. I can't keep Cardano on the Ledger wallet. I've got to use adalite.io. So at this point, I'm just waiting for this thing to go through. But while we wait for it, I don't know what's going on. Here, let's try something else. I'm going to cancel this. Try it one more time. Okay, we're plugged in. Come in here. Cardano ADA. Go. Anyway, I don't know if it's going to work. Shoot. Hope I didn't lose access to my funds. Eesh. We'll get there. I don't know why. It's maybe because I just did a firmware upgrade on my ledger. Yeah, we'll try again later. Anyway, I've got about what do I don't even know how much Cardano I've got, but I've got a few $1,000s in ADA. But what I wanted to show you is if I do ADA USD, Webull just added Cardano pricing to Webull, and this is the first step for being able to trade Cardano on Webull. So what Webull does is they'll put the pricing up, and then usually about a month later they will open it up for trading. So I do expect ADA to be on Webull soon. But as far as what I expect, let me pull up this. Give it a minute. Okay. And let's see here. No, I don't want the 1 month. Let me go to the 1 year. Okay, so on the 1 year, first of all, for those of you guys who don't know what Cardano is, it's a blockchain cryptocurrency. Basically, they have a smart contract platform, but the big thing about Cardano is not only is it smart contract, it's also proof of stake. And so you've got smart contract and proof of stake. And so this is basically what Ethereum's trying to do, and Cardano's already done it. So we were at like nothing, and then of course, you know, crypto's all just sort of took off. Had a big spike, it's come back down. In the last 3 months, we're still up 12%. Cardano is actually one of the cryptos that's been performing better than a lot of others. It continues to go up. I would say, as far as price targets or whatever, I am definitely long-term bullish on Cardano. Obviously, crypto overall has been pushed down a lot lately, so it's really hard to say what is going to happen in the near term. But long term, I mean, I think within the next year or two, we'll see this get to $10 easy. I really, really think Cardano is going to go up a lot. Let me just go back here, Luke, make sure I answered your question. Thoughts, expectations by the end of this year. You're really putting me on the spot, Luke. By the end of this year, it's hard to say. I mean, we're still maintaining the upward trend, okay? We still have this upward trend line that's kind of been maintained. And so it's still bullish, chart's still bullish. If we do this upward trend line, and let's say we start the trend line here, this was February 15th, and then we go, I think this would be our next point, right? So right about right there. So February 15th, we were at $1.03. We'd be at about maybe $1.40 or so if we were still right on the trend line. Let's see. We'd be about, yeah, we'd be at about somewhere in here. This would be about $1.30. So let's do some math. We were at, what were we on this date? Okay, 88 cents to $1.30. So we'll do some math here. So $1.30 minus 887. Okay, that's a rise in that amount of time of 46%. Let's figure out what the time frame was. This would have been February 23rd through today. So to make the math easy, I'll just pretend like today's the 23rd. So let's see, we had February, March, April, May, June. That's 5 months. So how many months are left in the year? So this is that if we divide by 5, we get the monthly rise of 9% per month. And then we've got July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months left in the year. So we go up another 55% by the end of the year. Current price was based upon a price of $1.30. Ah, man, I did it again. Plus 1 times $1.30. Yeah, I don't know. If we maintain the current upward trend, we're at $2 by the end of this year. So there you go, $2 by the end of the year. That's my price prediction on Cardano. Obviously, it'll go a lot higher once things start picking up. But for now, $2. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've got to get through the rest of the portfolio. Let's do that. Okay, OCGN. OCGN is another short squeeze stock that I was hoping for. More of a long term on this one. Up 3% on that, up 4% overall due to the covered call. PLUG, this is another stock that I've really got more like a long-term outlook on. I think all of the energy stocks in general, well, renewable energy stocks, whether they be solar like RUN, Sunrun, or whatever else, I think the energy stocks are going to do extremely well this year because we have Democrats in the House, Democrats in the Senate. We've got Biden in office. There are infrastructure bills that are being passed where we're going to be spending trillions of dollars on infrastructure. And a lot of that infrastructure is focused on renewable energy, whether it be solar or wind or EVs or whatever. So stocks like PLUG and CHPT and our EV stocks and Sunrun and just anything dealing with renewable energy is going to go up. So PLUG I'm long-term bullish on. SENS, come on, you guys know SENS. I am long-term bullish on this. I've been long-term bullish. SENS, for those of you guys who don't know, is a stock that is what they're doing is they're developing an implantable glucose monitoring system. Basically, they just put this little tiny chip in you, and then they put a patch in you, and it basically attaches. What that does is it connects to your cell phone. So right now, if you have diabetes, you've got to prick your finger all the time, and you don't know if your blood sugar levels are too high, too low. Like, you just don't know, unless maybe you're feeling bad and like maybe I should prick my finger and check. What SENS is doing is they're developing technology where it'll be implanted. It stays in there for an entire year, and then it's all on your phone. And so your phone will actually be able to alert you and say, hey, your blood sugar's too low or your blood sugar's too high. And you don't have to prick your finger. I think you only have to prick your finger like once a week just to calibrate the device, and that's it. And so for diabetics, this is an absolute life-changing device. It could potentially save lives by giving alerts when blood sugar is too high, too low. Absolutely life-changing device for a lot of diabetics. And so I am 100% long-term bullish on SENS. They are doing stages just like NNOX is doing, where SENS had to do a 90-day chip first just to kind of test things out, make sure it worked. They got approval on that. All that's good. They then did a 180-day chip, which is currently in trials. All of the results from the 180-day chip have been even better than expected. And so we do expect that 180-day chip to get approved. But ultimately, we're holding out for the 365-day chip, which it's going to be a couple of years. But once that actually happens, SENS is going to take off. Definitely long-term bullish on SENS. And by the way, this thing took off like crazy. I had a $4 covered call. I thought the stock, this was well over $4 at one point last week or this week, and I thought this covered call was going to get exercised. I was panicking, freaking out. Luckily, the stock came back down to like $3.46. Whew. I get to keep my SENS. So, got lucky on that one. That's the one downside to covered calls is if the stock runs up a lot, you could get exercised, you could lose your shares, but most of the time, your covered calls will just make you money. Okay, finally, we have TTO. This is a stock that's very similar to BNGO in the genomic space. It just hasn't taken off, hasn't got the traction. I bought this a long time ago. It's a very, very small position for me. So I just keep selling covered calls on it, and I may be down 42% on the stock, but I'm only down like maybe 30% or 25% overall because of all the covered calls I've sold. So I'm just going to keep selling covered calls and keep making money on this one. Obviously hasn't performed as well as I wanted it to, but 200 shares, $250 on that. I don't care. Just going to hold it. It'll take off one day. We'll just wait for its time. Okay, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you all for watching. We've been here for an hour. It's time to go. That's my entire portfolio. I hope you guys have a lot of success trading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and we will see you guys Monday morning.